Fix. Hi everyone, welcome back to Madam Bonsai channel. So many requests asked me to do fix and also asked me what zone can fix grow in. I am in Melbourne. The weather here is not extremely cold, not extremely hot, but I always find that any tree you want to grow, you can train them to suit with where you are. So all my tree outside in winter, that which is someday we get to 1 degree and they still fine, but you got to train your tree. So defoliation of trees, and everyone keep asking me how to make the leaf small. So if I defoliated this tree as everyone else's do when it warm, growing season, then it will shoot out the new sap and it will grow even bigger. Then you have to do it again. So for my experience, this is autumn in Melbourne. So the weather about between 18 degree to 24, and then we will get cold in winter. So I'm only give the chance of my figs to grow for 6 weeks, which is just the right size, and then winter come, they rest, so you end up with a small size of leaf on your tree without have to do anything. So this is an African figs. I get this given as a gift yesterday. The same man that we did the Mugo Pai last week. So that will be the same with the same guy giving me this. So I'm gonna train this tree to have a lot smaller leaf. So what I do now, I'll trim the side first, the shape, and then we will defoliate this tree together. So when you trim your tree, anything figs or pine or anything, just create a pad like your palm. So you go in and you can lift all this up, and then you trim it to the pad like that. And then you go to the next one. So figs are very easy, darling. They, even in a cold weather, you can train them to be really good. So if you defoliate it now, the new set coming out, even the weather is really cold, it doesn't harm because the leaves are really strong. They just come out, they're really good. All my figs are outside. A lot of people say like protection can't live in Melbourne, which is where I am. My protection are beautiful. Later on, if David can show you a little shot of where all my figs are, then you know they can be trained. So before you defoliate, just trim your tree down to the shape. This is not the tree that I train, so I will train it now, but been given yesterday, so I'm gonna give it a good trim. Also, I'd like to show you these. You see it had insect on it. Now for anyone, you can use a lot of product out there, but for me, 1 part of water, 1 part of vinegar, any cooking vinegar, 4 parts of water, mix them into these. Once you finish it, just spray your tree. So 1 part of vinegar, cooking vinegar, any vinegar, and 4 parts of water, and that will stop all this for you. Instead of waiting for insects to get on your trees and all the bugs and pests, spray your garden once every month with that, with the same formula that I just say on your benches, everywhere. Then they stop them from coming, like even spider mite and all that. None of them like them. None of them like the vinegar. Also, you don't get much other pet going through it too. In time, I think I'm going to train this tree a little bit different than what I'm having now. But as a gift, I will keep it as it is for now. Sometimes other people do tree and give you as a gift, even though it's not for your liking. I still appreciated other people's style. In time, if you get bored of it, surely you can ask that person, can I change the style to suit? I love these African figs. So now I'm gonna defoliate this. I will show you this tree before winter hit us, or even in the middle of winter. I will show you this tree regardless of how it ends, but I know next year I will end up with really small leaf with this tree. So pretty much we already defoliated all the leaf. Then I can almost guarantee you when this come out, which is we only have 4 weeks of growing before winter comes, so you will have a really good set. Also, there is a cut here that is really big and ugly. I can't find my carving machine for somehow. So I'm gonna just quickly chisel this out, give it a chance for this scar to fold back in. And in time, I might just carve that up so it can heal it a bit better. As a gift, I appreciated anything, but I will make it to be better. If you want the scar to fold quicker, so now and then you have to go back to where all these cut, give it a little bit of like a rack on the skin, and then they will just try to fold it again and again and become like a horse eye kind of scar. Or if I run the machine on this one, within about a year, this scar will closing a lot closer. But you want to be the tree when it's naked. I mean, like when you remove everything, it still look really good, which is that we try to achieve. So all this is same thing I said it 100 times, I think, cosmetic. Okay, if I can find my carving machine, I'm going to carve this up, but I think I will carve it tonight when I find it. But as you see that the idea of it is to close this wound in a little bit better. So I wanted to pick this as a front. So I'm going to carve that in. As soon as I find the machine, I will get that. I didn't even know the scar was there. Now going down to the root. Now we already defoliated and everything. Not happy with that. So I'm going to go in now and I'm going to clean up all these root, baby root here. That I don't like the idea of having them there. We tidy the tree up a bit. I might dress the soil in a different soil. I think I want to I will repot this one. I think the soil is okay, but I just don't like brown soil anymore. I'm going to take this out, dress the tree up so we can enjoy this until it move all the way from Sydney to here. So I normally, if the tree come from a different estate, the weather is different, so I treat it a little bit more extra care than it is if trees from Melbourne itself. So if I wanted to repot and anything like that, I just often wait for a week or two to see what the tree doing. Sometimes they're not happy with the weather. There might be a bit of shock. So I'm going to do this just to make the tree look good so I can say thank you to him. Also to YouTube viewer to see how do we make the leaf to be smaller. Pick the right time to defoliate the fig. You will end up with really, really pretty small leaf. So to defoliate it, there's so many your viewer asking me how to make leaf small. So if you defoliate it now, I can ensure for you that your fig will get a lot smaller leaf because they got shorter time to grow the second set. The winter come, they will rest. So David will show you what I mean by getting a smaller leaf if you defoliate it right. So if you defoliate it when it's warm and the tree is active, they grow too fast and the leaf get a lot bigger. But if you do it now, they only had maybe 3 more weeks of growth, so they will come out a lot smaller. So as you see out there, cold weather, wind, I leave them all outside in the sun. I never have to protection of it. So enjoy that. So if you try, you can just do all that. And your successful rate will be about 90%. I can almost guarantee you that. There's some of my viewers did ask what zone and all that. When you grow a tree, don't stress about your zoning, too cold, too hot. It almost like you train your kid. If you keep them so clean, they will get sick very easy when you go out. So the same with tree. If you want them to handle the cold, you can train them like one day warm, one day hot in winter. If you think they can't handle the cold, like figs, what you do is you get the tree inside daytime. When it's really cold, nighttime, you take them out, but shorter. You train that for about 2 months, the tree become adapt to extreme weather, and you will end up with tree that tropical tree can live in a very cold weather, and cold weather tree can live in really hot weather. If you swap day to night, night to day. As I clean the soil out, I don't know if you spotted it, there's ant and there was a spider. The reason why I don't use a brown soil is for that. So tree grow in any soil, technically, as long as they have enough nutrient, they grow. But when we're using like akadama, sakadama and all that, the ant doesn't like it, the insect don't like it because the soil has been pre-backed and they still give the enough nutrients. So if you can sort those, you use that. But if you use brown soil, that's fine. But just watch your tree. Too much ant can harm your tree too. So I'm going to dress this tree up as I mentioned to you that it come from Sydney. So I'm not going to repot today. It only come down yesterday. In about some next grows, I will repot this tree completely in the soil that I normally use. But today I'm just going to do this to make the tree look good, and then I will say thank you to the person who gave it to me. So the opportunity just to show you how to defoliate it to make the tree have smaller leaf. You can treat the same theory to all deciduous, all evergreen that you want to. Pine, don't do that. Pine, you can't defoliate it like that. They will kill. So if you want to make pine grow smaller leaf, the next time I will show you how on those one too. Smaller needle, I mean. So that is the tree now. The only one, the thing that I want to achieve today, which I can't, is to carving this back in. But I could not find the machine, so pardon me from that. From now to tonight, if I can, I will carve this. And I will send a video to David so he can upload it for you too. I will show you these three. What are we now? We in autumn. In spring, full spring, 3 weeks after spring, I will show you these three. You can tell the size of the leaf. I will keep about 4 or 5 old leaf there so you guys can compare the difference in between the side. Thank you for watching. I'm so sorry that we are a little bit rushing because it's raining outside. So if you find that I work a little bit rough, pardon me for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of Madam Bonsai. Anything you want to request, just let me know. And I look forward to see you in the next video. And goodbye for now.